This is Tuesday Tips for November the 18th, 2025, here on Following Him, the Disciple Life. Tip: the original language may help clear up some confusion. There is a fact that some people do not like dealing with, and whether it's out of pride or, probably various reasons, people do not like sometimes dealing with the fact that the Bible was not originally written in English. But love rejoices in the truth. And the truth is the Bible was not written in English. The English language in its earliest forms did not even really exist when the Bible was being completed. The youngest parts of the Bible are at their, they're at their youngest would be at least about 1925 years old, assuming that the possibility that maybe some of John's writings were written around AD 100, and that's probably pushing out a little bit too far, probably the mid-90s at the most. And so, we're dealing with an ancient document that was written in ancient languages.
If God wanted us to know Hebrew and Greek, he would have wrote the Bible in Hebrew and Greek.
The Bible was written in three ancient languages, Hebrew, Aramaic, and Greek. Now, generally the answer to the question, well, what does the Hebrew, Aramaic, or Greek say about, a passage when we're reading something? Well, what does the original say? Generally, it's what the English says as far as standard translations go. Now, yes, there are some translations that are definitely not as accurate as others, like the New World Translation and some like that. But in general, it's what the English says. But occasionally it can be quite a bit more illuminating and help make things more understandable when we dig into the original word. Now, I'll give you an example. One that we dealt with recently on a Wednesday Word segment. And by the way, this is one of the reasons I do the Wednesday Word segment, and why sometimes the word I deal with, I actually start with the original word. And oftentimes we'll dig into the original word because it's helpful when you do this to understand what's going on better. But anyways, recently we dealt with the word bless on our Wednesday Word segment. We looked at it from the standpoint of the Hebrew for bless. Now, it can be a strange thing to read about people blessing God. Now, we do have where we have somebody, would you say the blessing? But then it gets a little strange. Then, well, hold on a second. How do we bless God? Because I thought God blesses us. But then you dig into the original language and you realize that, particularly with that Hebrew word there, that it carries with it the sense, or can carry with it the sense of to kneel. And so when we talk about blessing God, this isn't that we're giving him something, but rather it is it's an act of submission. It's an act of recognizing that what we have comes from him. It's recognizing that good things come from him ultimately, and not from us. And so, that would be an example of how if you dig into the original word, sometimes it just makes more sense. So I would encourage you, as a tip, to when you run across something that's a bit more confusing, just recognize that maybe digging into the original language can make it make more sense. You have a great day, and shalom.
Don't forget to like, follow, and maybe even share.